So I don't know if you've noticed this, but an ice cream truck has moved into our neighborhood.
I actually have noticed that.
You have noticed
it
that.
made me a little excited, but I've yet to see it go, you know?
See, you would think I'd be excited. I'm not. I actually makes me a little concerned.
I would think that you'd be so stoked because one thing about Jack Mache is you love ice cream.
I love ice cream. But even more so, I love ice cream trucks. One of my favorite things to do, now that I got a little bit of money, is if there's an ice cream truck, if you're with kids, who wants ice cream?
Yeah.
Be the hero.
Yeah.
I'll always do that. Especially if, this happened at your mom's wedding where it's like an ice cream truck went by and Zoe, my now stepsister, who's what? She's 8?
8.
She's 8.
She's about to be 9.
About to be 9, sure. I don't even know most of my siblings' ages.
I know.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I always tell you your siblings' ages.
It's just not a thing for me. I love them. I don't know their ages. But ice cream truck goes by. It's great. You can be the hero. I don't want it in our neighborhood because I don't know. Tell me I'm crazy. I view the ice cream truck people with a little bit of, I don't know, growing up, they always tell you like, hey, don't, if the stranger's going to say to you, I got candy in my van, come to my van. This is a professional candy in my van person.
Yeah. Why is it different when it's an ice cream man?
That's my whole point. It's not, it is different when they don't live in your neighborhood, but when they do, that's the candy van guy. That's the stranger you're not supposed to talk to.
Yeah.
That concerns me.
Did you grow up with an ice cream truck like coming around your neighborhood?
Yes and no. When where we lived in New York, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And in the summer sometimes when we lived in Virginia, but it wasn't like every day the ice cream truck comes to the neighborhood.
Yeah, I guess I'd get mine more like over summer, but we definitely had ice cream trucks.
Was it at like a park though? You were at a park and the ice cream truck comes, or was it like?
No, I weirdly had a lot of kids on my street, and so I think they knew that.
Good business.
Yeah, it was good business.
Yeah.
But I'd always get the bubblegum cigarettes.
Oh.
I thought it was really cool.
Do you have like warheads and stuff too?
Yeah, those. They also our ice cream man sold those little like gum traps where it shock you when you pulled them, like stuff
I'm out.
like that.
I don't like that.
Shock pens. I remember saving up like $10 to buy a shock pen from the ice cream man.
See, that would make me join the HOA and be that one asshole parent where it's like, he's not allowed in our neighborhood. I hate those. Like the gum trap thing, whatever, it doesn't actually hurt. The shock pen things scarred me. I was afraid to use pens for a while.
Shock pens are gnarly.
They get you.
Yeah. I think because they vibrate too, so it makes it feel even more like jolting.
I was like, am I going to lose my hand? And then you look down and you're like, oh, it's a stupid fucking shock pen.
Fucking pen.
Yeah, but who's regulating those guys? You know?
You're right.
It's just, again, it's a guy in a van. You can make it, maybe it is a lethal shock.
Yeah.
Anyway, I see him every day when I go to the gym. Every day when I walk the dogs, I see this parked ice cream truck. I don't love it. That's all I got to say.
It kind of ruins the like whimsy of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like the ice cream man's kind of like Santa Claus, where it's like when Santa Claus comes around, like it's whimsical. But we know where the ice cream man lives now. The ice cream man parks his truck in our neighborhood.
You don't want to watch Santa Claus struggle to go to bed at night.
No.
You know? You don't want to watch Santa Claus take his trash out.
Yeah.
So that the elf garbage men can collect it. You know? You don't want to see that. You just want the whimsy.
Yeah, you just want the whimsy.
Like in a weird way, ice cream truck people, this is going to sound bad, aren't really people to me. And I'll explain why. I can't imagine, in my head, they are Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
You know, where I'm like, here's this wonderful man who's usually a recent immigrant at this point, which I love. And they got a truck full of the stuff I want for very reasonable prices, considering they're bringing it to your door. It's cheaper than ordering like an Uber Eats ice cream. It's effectively the same thing.
Ice cream men are the original Uber Eats.
They are. But they're also kind of like, ice cream men are to Uber Eats what radio is to Spotify.
Okay.
Where it's like, have you ever noticed, like, if you're listening to the radio and a song comes on that you really like, it sounds better on the radio than it does if you press play on Spotify.
Yes.
Because it's the surprise. Oh, I love this song. This is great.
Oh my God. Speaking of radio, it actually just reminded me, I saw this TikTok of a dad. His like kids were having a sleepover with some other kids, and he was like, oh yeah, like you guys can watch this movie on like Amazon or something like that. But he didn't want to buy it, so they had commercials in it.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, why can't you skip these? And he was like, well, you just have to watch the commercials. And they're like, commercials. And then one of the kids said, like hotel TV?
That's
Because
trippy.
they don't have commercials.
That's really trippy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's true, though. I mean, like, there's a million of those things. And it's kind of weird getting to the age where there are those things where it's like, you guys don't know how that works?
Yeah. I'm starting to feel old.
Yeah, just how it's like, my parents were like, what do you mean you don't know what a rotary phone is?
Mm-hmm.
You've always just been able to press the numbers.
Yeah.
And it goes. Although, have you ever used like a rotary phone where you're
Yeah,
like,
they are very fun.
I mean, why did we ever leave that? That's really cool.
I mean, except for you're calling 911, you know?
Yeah, but you know, it feels more legit where
Yeah.
you can't accidentally call 911.
That's true.
I think that's why they designed it, was for the rotary phone.
I think so too, actually.
So it's like, what are the odds it's going to go all the way, a little bit?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
It's more intentional.
You know what the better days, though, were when you used to just pick up the phone and be like, hey, Marjorie, and it'd be a woman sitting in the smallest little closet and be like, hey, Bob, who do you want to reach? You're like, the doctor. And they're like, okay. And
They plug you in.
They unplug an aux cord and plug it into another hole.
That's what's really crazy and dystopian to me.
What?
Like, it's like, that's how phones used to work. Like, is insane to me.
That makes way more sense to me now.
But just think about how many people.
How does the internet work, sweetie?
Don't get me started. How does Bluetooth work?
Well, that's like the same thing to me.
Like, I understand, I guess, like audio recordings better than I do like records.
Oh, like, you mean like vinyl records?
Yeah.
How on earth are they that accurate?
Like, what? What do you mean?
For those listening who have never played a vinyl record, it's this simple. There's a disc, and
Are you explaining?
a lot of people don't know how vinyl records work.
Shit, that's true.
You put a needle on the disc, and then the machine spins the disc. So it's just the needle is scratching the disc, and it's the same quality as Spotify.
Yeah.
And all the hipsters will say it's even better, and it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because like it's crisp.
How? And you, by the way, you can look, the discs don't look any different. You can't tell that this one is this and this one is that. They are just black discs.
Yeah.
Like, you can scratch something and a noise, and that specific noise comes out.
Yeah, it's
How?
like when you told me that matches were invented second, like the lighters came first.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that makes more sense, though, if you think about it. It's like,
But why would you like reverse perfection?
I think because they're like, I don't know. You're right.
Maybe it's something with the fluid. They're like, they'll last longer in dry places.
Well, matches were originally waterproof, and then they got, and so I think it was more of like there was a good purpose. Matches could be used anytime, anywhere, whereas like, I don't know when gasoline freezes, but at some temperature, you're like, my lighter won't work.
By the way,
It's not gasoline, I know.
Just I'm realizing my eyes are like on fire right now. So if I'm giving like the Melania Trump like smize right now, by the way, I'm not high.
You should be so lucky.
Honestly, I love her like little like, she gives the camera. It's so good. She's always like.
She looks like part feline. So by the way, it's official.
What?
TSA has weighed in. TSA, the Transportation Security Agency. The people,
we just had this talk the other day.
the dweebs at the airport.
Dweebs.
The fucking dweebs. Let's be real. The TSA has weighed in, and it's official. Peanut butter is a liquid.
Ooh.
They've weighed in. They've said it's a liquid. Because and I agree, actually. I don't agree with them taking it. But if you put a gun in my head and you're like, liquid or solid, it's a liquid.
Hot take. I don't think peanut butter should be allowed on, and I guess like on planes.
Oh, are you one of those with allergy
Absolutely.
people?
There's so many people with allergies. It's like you can go fucking 4 hours without peanut butter.
Can I?
Yes. Would you rather someone fucking die on the plane? No.
Maybe the little peanut boy who can't be near peanuts should wear a fucking gas mask so I can enjoy my PB&J, my favorite sandwich on the plane.
Who do you think this inconveniences
I'm the
more?
victim.
No.
I'm the victim. Get your little needle pen.
No.
Get it ready.
Those are expensive.
Get it ready because they used to give out peanuts on planes.
I know. Now they don't and they shouldn't anymore because it's too common of an allergy.
This country is getting too soft.
No, I just feel like if you're in a metal tube in the air, let's not risk shit. Let's not. They shouldn't serve fish.
Don't get on the plane if you're
How are they
scared
supposed
of
to go
food.
anywhere? Not scared. They're gonna die.
Not my problem. I'm kidding. That's an asshole.
You are
move.
what's wrong
No,
with the world.
No, I'm not. And it's like I do agree in a plane. I will say that.
I think like I'm so when it comes to planes, like let's just be on our best behavior. Let's not risk shit.
I agree.
Like, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
At the mall, at school, yeah, like we'll figure out the peanut butter thing in those scenarios, but not the plane.
I don't know. There's also like a ton of studies out that are basically like, you know why tons of people are allergic to peanut butter now, right?
Vaccines.
Well, actually, so that is one. Before you say like that's controversial, allergies are usually caused by vaccines.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, it's just like that's just what happens.
It's just when you're young and your body's basically
Vaccines are a net positive. It's just
definitely net positive, but it's usually caused by vaccines because your body's trying to figure out what to fight, and vaccines kind of confuse it. That's the dumbest way to put it, or the simplest way to put it. But the reason why there's so many people allergic to nuts is because there are no nuts in preschool anymore.
Yeah.
And nobody's around nuts anymore. And so all of a sudden it's a totally foreign thing for all these kids' bodies. It's like the percentage of nut allergies and legume allergies has like 100x'd in the past like 20 years.
Well, but then people should be giving their kids.
Our kids are going to get peanut butter baths. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I will say when we first give our kids peanut butter, we're doing it in the hospital parking lot. But
they'll be fine. Oh my God. Stab them with the needle pen.
We don't have it if they don't have the allergy.
I'll get one.
You can't just get one.
You should be able to just get one.
You should, but I think they're actually expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, welcome back to the Public Pool Podcast. I'm Mikaela'S, and here's my muse, Jack O'Shea.
And Jack O'Shea, how you doing?
I know, I keep being like, I just got to do an intro every time.
It's a smart thing to do. It's a smart thing to do.
I know.
We're still figuring out what this is.
I think this is it.
You think this is it?
I think we're just chit-chatting. Don't try to put us in a box.
I'm always trying to put you in a box. You know that.
Always trying to put me in a box.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, don't put me in a box, bitch.
Yeah. I like my box.
I don't.
I know. You don't like my box at all.
You like my box.
I love your box. Ooh. Is this time for my...
Oh, he's got sound effects now, so...
We've never talked about it. We haven't talked about it yet, but we should have. Rode, RODE, sent us all this amazing shit.
All this sick equipment, because they're the best.
Because they're the best. They found out we were doing podcasts, so they sent all this sick stuff, including this Rodecaster, and I finally figured out how to put sound effects on. So I'm going to have you repeat the joke in a second, because I haven't mastered which sound effect to press when, but 1 second.
Everyone pretend they're back 30 seconds ago. You like my box. That's a good one.
That's good.
That is a good one.
That's good.
I threw out some sound effect suggestions yesterday, and Jack went ahead and put them in, but he also put in some of his own. So I'm excited to find out the sound effects that he's put in today.
I know, and I think we're not gonna do a whole segment where I'm like, and I put this one in. We're just gonna wait for them to.
Yeah, we don't have to run them all today, but naturally as they come about.
As they come about. Let me just really quickly, you fill the dead air. No dead air.
No dead air. Okay, I could start beatboxing for everyone if that's what we want.
No.
Okay. Should we? I mean, if he's going to give me the free air, I could just go on a feminist rant for a second here. So I, the other day, realized why, like those types of men who are always like, women shouldn't wear makeup, or oh, they're wearing too much makeup, like basically like the anti-makeup men, not the guys who are like, oh, like you, but you know what I mean, like the guys who are adamantly always voicing that women shouldn't wear makeup, shouldn't get work done. There's a difference between being like, I wouldn't want to date someone who like has plastic surgery. That's fine, not everything's for you. It's the guys who are pushing their beliefs onto all women, thinking that everything should be meant for them. They're the men's with purity complexes. They want women to be pure, and that's why they're anti-makeup and plastic surgery. And that's what I'm going to say for today. And that
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
He does.
And that's my feminist rant for the day. It gave me dead air. I was like, I'm going to go for it.
Well, so let's back that up. Because I wasn't really paying attention. I was waiting for you to end so I could have Donald Trump approve the message. Back up. So you're saying that there's a purity thing, men who don't want, what?
It's the men who are always like, oh, like you wearing too much makeup, like the anti-makeup men.
Yeah.
Who are always voicing that they're anti-makeup or anti-plastic surgery. I'm not saying you have to date, those guys have to date women with plastic surgery and makeup, but the guys who are always adamantly like voicing that they're against it for some fucking reason.
Okay, so I actually, and you're saying it's because they're the pure, they want you to be pure.
They're the guys who in their heads have a purity complex with women. They want them to be pure. They think that if I were to say, get my boobs done tomorrow, even if I like looked better than I do now, if they find out it's fake, they're like, oh, it's like they have a purity complex. They want women to be like this weird pure thing.
So I actually disagree, even though Mr. Trump approved. I disagree. I think that it's actually a lot simpler than that. I think it's, for the most part, those are men who think that they're giving you a compliment.
The ones who say you look better without makeup.
Yeah.
Those are the ones who think they're giving you a compliment. Newsflash, you're not.
Yeah. And then I think that the other ones, I don't think it's, again, I think it's a lot more about them and less about you. I think it's more basically these guys. I don't know. I think it's men with very little self-esteem, little self-worth, who are constantly trying to justify why they haven't landed a beautiful woman yet.
Well, it's the ones, who are always having to voice
Yeah,
to like
weigh in.
women where they're like, you shouldn't be wearing makeup. You should it's the guys who are always in the TMZ comments, like, she looks all messed up or whatever. And it's like, she's filled with plastic. And it's like, why do they have to, I'm not saying that they have to date these, you're allowed to have a preference to who you date.
Absolutely.
But it's the men who are always voicing that women need to not wear makeup and not have plastic surgery.
You know, it's funny, the preference thing, it is really funny where it's like,
I'm for preferences. I'm so okay with people having preferences.
and I think almost everyone are totally okay with preferences, but it is funny how it's like, but you can't say them.
It can't be like, there's
Women
a way
can say them. Men really can't.
Yeah, I do agree with that. There is like a fine line where it's like you can't say it without basically putting someone else down. I think that's kind of the general rule of thumb, but I think everyone's allowed to have preferences. And maybe you can't say it, but it's like I think you're allowed to be like, I don't like this type of person or this type of maybe it's just hard to not say it without sounding rude, but I think everyone's entitled to have their preferences.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that was a whole debate with the it really hasn't happened much since because it was kind of like snuffed out. But the whole there was a while where it was like there was a whole movement online of if straight men don't want to date trans women, they're monsters. And it was kind of like they took a bunch of trans people no?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? No, people are allowed to have preferences, but that's what I mean, where it's like there's kind of this weird.
I think those are the chronically online people.
Who? No, sweetie.
I didn't even really mean to go on that rant. I just was like, I had a thought the other day.
I got some
I've
thoughts.
got dead air.
I got some thoughts. Can I go on my rant?
Sure.
Women who wear too much makeup are gross. No, I don't actually have a rant. I mean, I do, but we'll get to that
I was
later.
going to say, if you're anti-women wearing too much makeup, you married the wrong girl.
I love my wife.
Yeah, that's right.
You
tell me all the time, you're like, your eyelashes look beautiful. What you did with your face looks beautiful.
Okay, you're I don't want to say you're a liar, but
what do you mean?
I tell you look beautiful all the time. I don't think I've ever said your eyelashes look beautiful because more than anyone, I literally don't notice. I can be like, something's different, but I've never been able to be like, it was your eyelashes. Wow, you did. I'm always like, if you show me a picture of you with or without eyelashes, I'd be like, yeah, those look different.
In fact, the other day when I was getting ready and putting my makeup on, we were going to a wedding. I put on one eyelash, one of these giant ones, and had one without. And I walked up to you and said, what am I missing? It was a test for you. So what am I missing? And you were like,
I don't know.
You were like, blush.
I was just trying to think
Lipstick.
of different names of makeup.
Yeah. And I was like, I clearly only have one eyelash on.
And I didn't get it. No. That's why I'm saying, I don't want to, call you out here. I tell you look beautiful all the time. I say you nailed your makeup, you nailed your hair. I've never once in my life said you nailed your eyelashes. I just don't know. I just can't. No, I can't see it.
I know. One day I'm going to have you do my makeup.
Yeah, I will.
Just because I want you to basically try to mimic what I do.
If I watch you do it, well, I can do a ponytail because I can mimic women. So I'll put on, every now and then, it's like we got wigs. So if I have to throw on a wig, I can tie I don't have a wig.
Go up and do your little motion.
Okay, so it's like if you're watching, first of all, the wrists are really bent. You women are crazy. Wrists are really bent. I'm gonna take off the headphones. And it's like, you kind of pull it a little bit. And then they take the thing from around their wrist and they're like, and that's it. And by the way, you're like, oh, well, that looks like he's putting it on. Nope, we tested it. It works. That's me. I can do a ponytail. I can do it.
You can do it.
I can do it well.
Yeah. Remember that in the beginning of COVID when all my nails were like falling off because I couldn't go to the nail salon, and I made you wash my hair?
Yeah.
That was a fun, because I couldn't run my fingers through my hair without my hair getting like caught under my fake nails.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need you to get in the shower with me and wash my hair like I've got no hands. And you were like, okay.
And I was like, oh man, I gotta get in the shower with you? That sucks. I'm so unlucky.
Oh my God, stop, bro. I'm stuck. Can you help me?
I mean,
did you just tell a bunch of porn sounds?
No, those just happened to be the first two that would make sense. So what do we have so far? We have I'm stuck, Pornhub intro. Those are actually, by the way, the only 2 porn sounds.
Okay.
Donald Trump approves this message. And yeah, there's more to come. I'll try to hit all of them. So one of the things, I know we were talking about, like maybe this is just the podcast, but one of the things that I always thought, like for our podcast, like what we could do is you and I, while spending almost every second of the day together, like seriously, now that we go to the gym together, it's basically we have like shower time and that's it. We're always together.
The gym was really the final frontier.
Yeah. And which is great. It's the best. But the funny part about it is we are so different in so many ways. Yeah. I mean, we consume completely different entertainment. Mm-hmm. We listen to very different music, very different podcasts. We use very different social media apps for very different things. We basically have like a few TV shows that we both like. And every now and then there's a movie that we're both like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like most movies that I watch are documentaries or like really things that you would find boring, like stuff, really old movies after you've been asleep for a while.
Yeah.
You know? And most TV shows you watch are, things you put on while I'm working and not really paying attention.
Yes.
So I thought maybe like one of the things we could do with this podcast is like just every week you explain to me something in your universe and I explain to you something in my universe.
I have something in my universe this week too that I can explain to you. So if you have something for me, that works perfect.
That's exactly what I have. In fact, mine's a little bit of a game. So,
okay.
So do you very much know what's going to start 1 week from, actually it might be 1 week from today. What starts 1 week from today?
The debate?
Mm-mm.
No.
Actually, that might start.
Right? That's coming up?
No, that's September 10th.
Are we not like the last week of August?
You know what? I'm an idiot. I thought it was Thursday. The NFL season. I know. Get ready.
Oh, yay. Goody. Yay.
And I love football. I love the NFL. Much to your chagrin. I get a lot of TV time. And, I'm very into football and you're not so much, but I just, we've lived together for what? 4 years, 5 years now? 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. For almost like 4.5 years we've lived together.
Yeah. We basically got together and then just moved in.
Because COVID.
We just started hanging out and never stopped.
Yeah, it was great. 4.5 years. So this will be our 4th football season together. How much more do you know about football / the NFL than you did 4 years ago?
Like 200% more.
Yeah, at least.
But still, I'm not really sure what's going on.
Still foreign.
Yeah.
But
I've been explained the rules of football so many times and I'm always like, oh, okay. And then I don't. Like, I remember at some point in my life, like during like PE being like, okay, this is flag football. Me being like, okay, I kind of understand football now.
Yeah.
Gone out the window. I cannot retain it to save my life. All I know is that they stop and start every 30 seconds and it makes me want to scream.
It's not for everybody. I think it is. I think it's once you kind of really get invested, it is. But anyway, so the game we're going to play is I'm going to quiz you on some NFL stuff.
Ooh.
We're just gonna find out what you know.
Well, first of all, you're talking to Ray Lewis.
I know. We're talking to the woman who used to run Instagram's Ray Lewis account before he even was aware of what Ray Lewis says. So if you get it right, I'm going to play a positive sound.
Okay.
And if you get it wrong, I'll play a negative sound. They're not like loud sounds. I basically have 4 possible ones.
Okay.
And we'll find out.
Wait, what are the other two? Positive, negative, and what?
Just positive and negative. You get it right, I'll give you the positive. You get it wrong, I'll give you the negative.
Okay.
All right, first question. Funnily enough, you said Ray Lewis. What team did Ray Lewis play for?
The Ravens.
I'm gonna come.
Perfect. What position did Ray Lewis play?
Running back, middle
not come.
linebacker. No.
Do not come.
So here's the thing. I pressed it immediately. You said running back. He wasn't running back. He was a middle linebacker. That's actually very impressive.
Do you know what I was trying to remember was what you said when I talked to you about Ray Lewis. You were like,
Yeah.
greatest blah, blah, blah of all time.
Greatest middle linebacker in history.
Middle linebacker.
Scariest man alive. Okay. Who won? We watched it together. The Super Bowl last year.
Was it the Chiefs?
Oh, the conheads are loving this.
I love that one.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen enough like Connor Roy 2024 stuff going around.
Neither have I, and it's weird.
It's kind of making me upset. It's
Yeah.
upsetting me and my homegirls, okay?
Where do the Kansas City Chiefs? I said it.
I actually would have gotten that though.
This one's for me.
You're a towel.
I'm a towel. All right.
Wow, you really.
I found some good ones. I also might have killed my computer or killed our desktop computer.
Did you just download porn viruses basically?
No, well, I found two really good websites that had a lot of the stuff. And then I found one and it was doing the thing where it's like, you just got to add this Chrome
Extension. Browser, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure,
Are hot moms in our area about to really start popping up right now?
God, I hope so. Don't worry, the ice cream man will take care of them. They get so much pussy,
Yeah.
the ice cream guys.
Do you think so?
No, I don't think they get any
I
pussy.
think the mailmen really do.
Depends on the mailman.
Yeah.
Really depends on the calves. They're showing a lot of calf,
Yeah.
the mailmen. And I think if you got one of those calves where it looks like a snake swallowed a bunch of socks, those guys,
Yeah.
they're getting ass.
They're getting it.
But yeah, I remember when I was like first like in production, and I was a PA and I had to go to like the Warner Brothers prop place
Yeah.
and pick
Their
up
warehouse.
their warehouse and pick up a bunch of stuff. And so I'm basically acting as what we call a grip. Not really a grip, that's wrong. But what the real manual labor side of film production and stuff. And I'm putting it all on. And then in the next truck over, we're a bunch of like 50-year-old guys who were really nice. And they came over to me and they're like, brother, you're clearly new at this. You're doing this all wrong. I was like carrying the prop couch and throwing it in the truck. And they were like, you got to let gravity help you. And I noticed these guys were so out of shape
Yeah.
and they did it faster than me and they didn't sweat a single drop. They didn't burn a calorie because they had been around long enough to know how you can get the couch onto the truck without really doing anything.
Yeah.
And that's what happens, I think, to mailmen. After a while, they're like, I really know how to get the mail in that slot with minimal effort so I can keep on enjoying this big gulp that I just purchased. You know?
Yeah. It's kind of like movers where it's like
Yeah.
they aren't always in shape,
No.
but they're moving stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Next question. These are kind of going on theme, if you can tell. All right.
Okay.
So we're given the Kansas City Chiefs answer. Can you name? This one's an easy one. 2 players on the Kansas City Chiefs. You definitely
Travis
can.
Kelce
That's one.
and Mr. State Farm, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna come.
That's great. There are 2 conferences in the NFL. The NFL is split down the middle. There are 32 teams, 16 teams in each conference.
Okay.
Can you name, and I'll take the initials if you want, both of those conferences?
Do I feel like it's like the NFC East?
Okay, I'm gonna
I don't think I got those initials right.
tell you right now. They're like East, West, North, South. Those are the divisions of the conference.
Oh.
Okay,
Then I don't know. Okay, wait. Repeat the question.
there are 2 conferences in the NFL,
2 conferences.
16 teams in each.
Okay. I feel like I know this.
You definitely do. People who know it listening are actually pulling out their hair because you
I
kind of got
know.
it. You kind of got it before.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like the NFC?
Mm-hmm. That's one.
Okay. And
What's the opposite of the NFC? What's the other side?
I don't know what NFC stands for.
National Football Conference.
American Football Conference.
Oh, the conheads are loving this.
Nailed
Really?
it. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
I was afraid I was going to get the that other league that like The Rock isn't part of.
Oh, like the XFL?
XFL, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, the XFL.
Every 3 years they try to be like spring football. Gets all the ratings, top 100 of the year. What if it was in the spring? And it's like, we don't really care as much because it's not the players that we know and love. Okay. On both the defensive side and the offensive side, there are what we call linemen. They're on the line of scrimmage.
The big boys.
The big boys. Can you name one of the offensive lineman positions? The title of one of the positions.
I've got no clue. I thought they were just linebackers.
No, that's actually not. They're not even on the line. The linebackers are back of the line. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So offensive line.
Offensive line and defensive line.
Okay.
But I want an offensive lineman. There are 3.5 answers, possible answers.
Is it like left tackle or some shit?
I'm gonna come.
How'd you get that?
Okay.
Can you get another?
Right tackle.
No, besides the tackle. You already named the tackle. That's not counting.
I don't know.
Okay, well, the half one, the half point is going to be given to because there's one position where it's half wide receiver, half offensive lineman. And it's what Travis Kelce plays. What position? It's used as like a sex pun too a little bit. Because like, oh, he must be a this because he's got a this about your butt being in shape.
Oh my God, I know this.
You do know this.
Tight end.
Oh, the conheads are loving this.
Nailed it. Do you want me to keep on doing more? Or you think you got
Yeah. I'm doing much better than I thought I would.
it? I knew you would.
I pick up info.
Okay. Here's the easiest one.
Okay.
What team am I a fan of?
The Giants.
I'm gonna come.
The Giants play in what division?
Division?
Yeah. So
Different than conference.
different than conference.
Okay.
So it's the name of a conference, so either AFC or NFC, and then one of the directions.
NFC East?
Oh, the conheads are loving this.
Can you name?
What am I, some sort of football team fan?
What am I, some sort of football team? Can you name any other teams in the NFC East?
Okay, East.
I talk about them a lot.
Are the Eagles part of that?
Oh, the conheads are loving this.
Go on.
Okay. Are the Ravens?
Oh, fuck off.
That was the Succession.
Yes.
Also Succession. So I have 2 political and then 2 Succession.
I like that.
Yeah. Can you name the 4 different scoring plays in the NFL? So the one's the most obvious.
A touchdown.
I'm gonna come.
Perfect.
I don't know what they call it when it's like a kick, like into the.
I'm gonna need the
goal
name.
Thing.
I'm gonna need the name.
Is a first down a thing?
No, well, it is a thing, but
Do not come. Do not come.
I like that one's kind of long.
Yeah.
A first down's a thing, but it's not a scoring play. So you got a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Now the kick thing, that is one. Okay.
I know, but I don't. Why can't I think of what it's called?
Okay. In soccer, what do you call it when you score?
A goal.
Okay. So that's in the word. You definitely, I mean,
It's not a kick goal.
it's not. It doesn't have the word kick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know if you want me to just tell you.
Just tell me.
It's a field goal.
Field goal.
Yeah. They kicked a field goal. Okay. Well, the other ones are a safety.
Would have never got that.
Yeah. And then the other one is an extra point. So it's kind of, that one's kind of in the name.
I thought the kick was the extra point.
This is next episode. Anyway, you did pretty damn good.
I actually did a lot better than I thought I was going to do.
Yeah. I was going to originally go down the list because we've done this before of I say a city, you tell me what team plays there.
I'm actually pretty good at that.
You're very good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my weekly.
I'm going to come up with a
stuff
quiz for you next week.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
You're going to get a quiz next week.
I think we do that every week.
I think, I'll do one on the Kardashians so it's kind of fair. The way football is fair for me, where it's like, yeah, I'm around for it. You're around for the Kardashians.
I think I'm going to do shockingly well in the Kardashians.
How many Kardashian children can you name?
I can name a lot of them because I hate their fucking names. I mean, was in the first episode I talked about I talked about spelling names, but also
Jack has a hard time with creative names, which is hard because
Creative
I
is
like creative names.
creative is real generous of a term to use.
They're
it's not
creative.
creative. It's fucking it's the AIM user handles. It's Twitter usernames
Yeah.
that they give their children, as if the name Kardashian alone isn't enough to pop.
Okay, but Whoopi Goldberg isn't crazy.
That's a stage name that she named herself
Exactly.
when she was an adult. Naming your child Whoopi,
They're going to be famous anyways, so it's like you might as well give them a cool stage name.
that's a good point. That's a good point. I guess my issue more so is with the people whose children aren't going to be famous and are going to be accountants naming their children Stormy.
That's fair.
I think that's pretty stupid.
That's fair. Okay, well, you got Stormy.
I got Stormy. I got Northwest.
North.
Last name West.
Yeah.
And North is a girl, right?
North is a girl.
To me, North would be a boy's name.
I could see that actually.
Stormy's a girl.
Girl.
I can see that too.
Which I actually thought that was kind of shocking that it was Stormy because it was like the
'Cause it's
year after
stupid?
Stormy Daniels.
It's also a stupid name.
Stormy's so cute.
Sweetie.
Stormy with an
Sweetie.
eye.
Sweetie.
Stormy.
It was the year after Stormy Daniels. It's literally a porn name,
Stormy Daniels
It's
is
a porn-
cool.
but she's a porn star.
Stormy Daniels should have spoke at the DNC.
I don't think they want to. I don't really think that they want her to. I think that honestly is more of
I
a
want
negative where
her.
they're like, this is who they have speaking. Yeah, Trump fucked her, but they're like, she's our reverend. So anyway, so that's Stormy. Saint.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Do you want to try Let's do Kim's kids first.
are
wanna
these not
start-
Kim's?
Stormy's Kylie's.
Oh, is there one that's like Wolf?
Name was changed.
Okay.
That was Kylie's son. Name was changed. So extra point on that one.
Yeah. I listen. And then Chloe's kids have kind of normal names. They're like Nolan,
No. I'll give you a hint.
Maverick or something.
You know, they both start with T for Chloe's.
I was thinking of Courtney. Courtney has the normal. Yeah, Chloe's
Yeah.
kids aren't. Chloe has True.
Uh-huh.
It's True, not Truth, right?
True.
True.
True's cute. They also said that the True was like her like grandfather's name.
Perfect. Well, I'm guessing it wasn't her grandfather. I'm guessing her grandfather's name was Truman.
Maybe.
And they're like, I don't like that. It's True.
It's True. I think True's a very cute name. True Jackson VP was a show on Nickelodeon starring Keke Palmer. Her name is True Jackson.
You know what? True is. I'm totally fine with True.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna name the kid. I think it's you go Trim and you call him True.
True's cute.
And
And True's a girl.
the other one starts with a T too. Can I get the second letter?
A. I don't know if you'll get this
That
one.
didn't help at all.
I don't think you'll get this one
That
actually.
didn't help at all. Tari
Channing.
Tatum.
Yeah.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
That works. Yeah. I mean, Tatum Thompson. I
Yeah.
like that name.
Yeah, they're TTs.
Those are great.
This like they're KKs, you know.
Those are great.
TTs.
Those are way better. Of all the kids' names, but okay, then Courtney's kids are like Maverick. No one. So what starts with an N, right? The boy's name starts with an
M, yeah.
M. Mason.
Mason.
I like that.
Mason Disick.
Man, you know what's funny is at this point it's like Mason. What a good, strong, traditional name
Yeah.
compared to the rest. Whereas even now I'd be like, Mason, really?
Yeah.
Is he going to school with Skylar?
Skylar.
Yeah.
I grew up with Skylars.
I know you did. I'm aware. This isn't
Girls and boys, Skylars.
exactly. Yeah. How did they spell them?
Both ways, ER and AR.
But there's also I'm talking about there's
Oh, SKYLER
the,
AR.
the traditional way you would spell Skylar though, because it's a last name, is SCHUYLER.
That's like the sky.
Yeah, that's where society's ruined. We're heading towards name your kids names out of the Bible like it was meant to be.
Okay, Grandpa.
I know. I should have gotten the banjo.
Oh, the banjo is what I wanted to add for you. It's okay.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context
We do exist in the context.
of all in which you live and what came before you.
I didn't realize this one was that
You did
long.
the full.
We're not going to cut
You can't cut
the
the quote.
potential future president off.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
You can't do- I'm excited for the debate.
Me too.
You said-
I'm nervous though.
You said you're kind of nervous?
Yeah.
Because you think, why are you nervous?
I'm not nervous in the way I was nervous for Biden
Mm-hmm.
because I was nervous for reasons which exactly happened.
I was nervous for Biden in the way, and again, I'm not a Biden guy, but I was nervous for him in the way of like, if all of a sudden they were like, hey, we're at an NBA game, and they're like, for the halftime show, we have a contest, and they picked my grandpa to do it, I'd be really scared he would fucking break his hip.
Yeah.
That's how I was nervous in that way for Biden, where I'm like, no, this is going to be like, he could get hurt.
That's why I was like,
there.
I was nervous for him in that way. Kamala, I don't know, just with all the like, she wants them to be sitting, she wants the notes.
She's panicking.
That's
For
what
good
makes
reason.
me nervous. That's what,
Yeah.
I just hate like the way you hate mobs. It's like I hate to watch someone just like
Eat shit.
eat shit in front of everyone.
Yeah. So you're not confident in her debate skills.
Not really.
Neither am I.
Because when she went up against Mike Pence, I just see Mike Pence as kind of mousy and quiet and like just kind of a boring guy. And so it's like there wasn't much going on there.
So the big thing is too, she wants the mics to be on.
Yeah, because she wants to be cut off, which
She wants
because that's a viral moment.
she wants the I'm speaking,
Yeah.
which
It worked the first time, so it's like run it back.
is not going to work because you know what
No, it's not.
You know what Trump should say? So the fuck am I? It's a debate. Do you want me
Yeah.
to treat you different? You want me to treat you with kid gloves? What are you going to do when you're talking to Putin
Yeah.
and he speaks over you? This is a debate.
I'm excited for him in the way of
It's like WrestleMania.
yeah, like it's like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But also it's like you can tell it's like when he was running against Hillary,
Mm-hmm.
when he was running against Hillary, you can tell that he kind of liked debating her because she was a good debater.
Yeah.
And so it was like he liked the back and forth. And I think
Yeah.
with Biden, he was kind of missing that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like where it's like it was so much more like I don't know, it was just like a debate. And so it's like just the fact that I haven't really like seen it for Kamala, I'm a little nervous.
It was tough for him, I think, with Biden because with Hillary, you're right, she could hit back.
Like it was a good debate. And I genuinely think he misses like going against Hillary.
Yeah. But with Biden, again, it kind of looked like he was punching your grandpa. You know?
Yeah. And
Where
that
it's
was really rough.
like every time you cut Biden off, he gets really thrown. He's like, he can't talk and hear at the same time.
No.
And he's been the leader of the country for 4 years. Great. But then like Kamala can, my only lasting memory of her in a debate is getting absolutely walloped by Tulsi Gabbard. And then basically people being like, she'll never be in politics again.
But look where she is.
Yeah.
Queen.
Because Joe Biden, again. Anyway, I'm very excited. I'm excited again. Like we're going to watch WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I wonder what's going to happen.
I wonder what's going to happen. That's the best part about politics. Like that's kind of why it's been sucky the past couple of years. It's like it just didn't feel like good old fashioned politics.
Yeah.
I want good old fashioned politics back. Although it's like it still won't be that.
Yeah.
Because Trump's there and he's just going to be like, you're gay. But
Yeah, you're gay. But I love it.
I don't know.
I can't get enough of Trump when he's on a rant. Like that's the most. Today or maybe not today, but he basically the way that they're fundraising, which the Democrats are fundraising more of the like donate.
Yeah.
The Trump team, they fundraise basically by selling stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of one of those things where it's like it can look like shady, but at the same time too, it's like it's just the same thing. He's basically, it's like they're essentially NFTs, but they're almost more like online collectibles where if you collect enough of them, you get something else.
Shut up.
You get a physical thing. So he was like, if you donate, if you buy 12 of whatever these like little NFT things are, which I think they're like $40, you buy 12, we'll send you like a physical card. And on each card is a piece of the suit I was wearing during the debate. And for a second, did you think I was going to say when he was assassinated? Because I was like, no, that's in a museum.
That's what I thought.
No, but a suit he was wearing during the debate. And he just did the most Trump thing. He goes, some people are calling it the knockout suit. I don't know. But anyway, like, it's just like, he just does these kind of little things. I can never get enough of it.
He's like magic prize in the Lucky Charm boxing, everyone. That's hilarious.
If you buy 15, you like get to go to Mar-a-Lago for like a fundraising event type thing. So it's like,
honestly, it's like that is kind of more fair in terms of
Yeah.
fundraising. It's like you're getting something back. It's like, like the other day I was saying, like, so we've had the news on nonstop for like the past couple of months.
Literally ever since Trump was shot.
Like, yeah, like it's been so interesting. So we're constantly having the news on. The commercials are just always pandering to old people.
Yes.
And they also just are constantly doing the super sad charity ones.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, here's super sick kids, or here's starving dogs. Please donate. That didn't convince you. What if we throw in a t-shirt? And it's like, what?
It's like, first off, keep the t-shirt, give it to the kid.
Right?
Yeah. At this point.
I don't want it's like St. Jude's used to send back in the mail like a quarter. And you're like, why are you sending me this quarter? Plus postage. Save it for the sick kids.
Yeah. Save it give it to the kid. Give it to the kid.
kids. Save it for 5 cents.
Give it to the kids.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
It's fucking spare change.
Yeah, but it's interesting too. Just like we've been dancing back because I listen to podcasts literally all day, like a lot of people do. But listen to very different podcasts.
Yeah.
Almost all of my podcasts you could describe as informational.
Yeah. Mine are all entertainment.
Yeah. They're also more conversational, more like this podcast.
Yes.
I listen to almost exclusively sports news and then also political news.
Yeah.
So I try to listen to all the different, the conservative side, the liberal side, the progressive side, the moderate side, all this stuff. And we've been dancing back and forth between the big three cable stations of CNN. We're mostly on CNN, but then we'll toss on Fox News.
Yeah,
we
do.
We'll toss on MSNBC. It's crazy.
I like to see what all the stations are saying.
Yeah.
Because it's really interesting to see who's covering what, because it's very specifically, they cover different things.
Like literally, so this is the best example was after Trump was shot. CNN was saying President Donald Trump has been shot. MSNBC or like Fox News was saying Joe Biden tried to kill Donald Trump. And MSNBC was like, Donald Trump faked getting shot and killed 2 of his supporters in order to go up in the polls.
Yeah.
And like, when you say, okay, that's exaggerating, it's not.
It's not.
That's what Joy Reid said.
Yeah.
Joy Reid said she doesn't believe that he was actually shot. She thinks that he was in on it.
Yeah.
And then Fox News was kind of like, look, I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking questions. I'm just wondering, like, why would Joe Biden do this? Like they were. It's really, really nuts. And so depending on what kind of flavor we're feeling, we'll kind of dance around and it's fun.
Like it's very funny because we try to be like basically as like neutral as possible. I think also because we come from an entertainment background, it's very easy for us to be like, clearly there is a pandering message behind this. Like they're being biased. And everyone knows these news stations are biased. Like it's not even hiding it anymore.
Yeah.
But like it is really funny where it's like the other day we were like passing channels and like we went through Fox News and it basically was like, pets are no longer safe in liberal cities.
Oh, it's that. And then, oh God, what was the other one?
Oh my God.
Liberal fact checkers. And I was like, I just love it. But
yeah, because I like before. So I like originally like my plan for life was I wanted to go into news. Like that was a huge thing. I was kind of going.
You would have crushed it.
I would have crushed news.
Although before I crush your dreams right now, I think your eyesight would have really fucked with you. I think you would have had some trouble with teleprompters.
I think I would change to contacts. I think I would have
you would have made
made the sacrifice to read the teleprompter. But I really, really wanted to go into news, and that was the thing. But as I was, taking my next steps into life, that was when it was like the Trump election. And it just, I felt like I saw the news swing so far different ways that I was like, this isn't really like the news anymore. And I just didn't really want to be part of that.
Yeah. If you're really right, where it's like all of a sudden, besides Fox News, like Fox News was like, fuck it, I guess he's our guy.
Yeah.
And we're just like, they were basically doing like the improv game of just yes-ending him.
Yeah.
Where it's like, Donald Trump has said this absolutely batshit insane thing. He's right. And then MSNBC was like the exact opposite, where it's like, guys, he's not, the world isn't going to end. Yeah. Like, it's not actually, like, yeah, maybe it's not what you wanted.
But they make you feel like the world's going to end.
But they basically were like, if he's if he's the president, everybody but straight white men are going to go to jail.
Yeah.
You will go to jail.
Yeah. Propaganda is working at its absolute finest.
It's
for like the
cranking.
past however many years. Like,
yeah.
Propaganda is real. Like, did we not learn about this in school?
Oh, yeah. It's Goebbels.
I'm trying to pop propaganda at those titties.
Nice. My wife, ladies and gentlemen. So crass.
So crass.
So crass.
Would
Uh,
have been cooler if I didn't stumble over the word propaganda, but whatever.
I think you nailed it. I mean, I was like 12 seconds late with the hub intro. That's what it's called in the sound effects button. And also, I mean, I think also I grew up in the DC area.
Yeah, you've seen politics and politicians.
My school was literally across the street. But when I say literally, I mean literally across the street from the CIA.
You had like Secret Service people on like
Tons.
the roof.
Oh yeah. After 9/11, we had Secret Service people like literally. I went to a very political school where kids' parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles or whatever worked for either the Republican or Democratic Party or the news, political news. But both sides, everybody's represented. And I think it's just sort of like growing up, seeing the game of like, they're all friends.
Yeah.
Like they're all joking around about how like, and in a, like not, and this is going to be the extreme degree of it, but like, well, I guess it's like the people who are watching MSNBC, just like the people who are watching Fox News are probably thinking to themselves, how in Congress are the Republicans and Democrats not always ending in fisticuffs? How are they not constantly physically fighting each other? And it's like, because this isn't actually what you're being fed isn't actually how it is.
It's not real.
No.
And that's the scary part is
Yeah.
like, you see them fight and yell at each other online and on TV, and you're like, oh my God, the rest of the country's freaking out. We're all fist fighting each other.
Yeah.
These guys' wives are hanging out together. They're brunching.
Oh, they're besties.
Oh my God, they're besties.
They're besties,
And
yeah.
you're like, it's not real. That's the scary part.
That's the scary part. And it's like, well, the scary part, it's like, no, it's kind of nice that it's not real because it's like, that is how it's supposed to work. Otherwise, literally nothing would ever get done. And we'd just be going back and forth from extreme to extreme. It's just, it sucks that the viewers don't realize that, because if they did, everything would calm the fuck down. And also, like, I don't know. I guess we can't go back because they figured out this is the way to win votes, is to scare the fuck out of people. You don't want them to vote for your candidate. You want them to vote against the other candidate. And the way to do that is to be like, they're Hitler, they're Mussolini, that's Stalin. You're going to vote for them. And it just sucks because we live in that world.
Maybe not. I was going to say, I feel like there's probably more people voting than ever because
Oh, yeah.
it feels like the world's on fire.
Oh, yeah.
So it works.
I think the last election, what was it? Biden won the popular vote by like 5 or 7 million votes. Like 7 million more people voted for Biden than voted for Trump. And I think Trump, besides Biden, got more votes than any other candidate in history.
Yeah.
Like that's how many, the losing candidate got more votes than any other winning candidate in history.
Ever.
And lost by 7 million or something. So people are definitely way more politically active. I think when Trump goes away, which would for sure be after, win or lose after this, I think that it's gonna really die down, and people are gonna kind of be bored, and will be, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Will be the attitude of the country, and the political people will be really bummed out because they're like, fuck, I don't have the people as fired up anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw something. So I keep seeing all this like literal fake news on TikTok, like fake headlines and fake everything, because also the AI stuff is like so real now. Where it's like you just like see stuff and you believe it. Like sometimes I see like news stories where they're like, this husband tries to kill his wife and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. And I like look it up because I'm like, what is the story? And then I'm like, it's not real. It's an AI like family photo that I'm seeing, and this is like a fake page, and there's hundreds of thousands of likes on it or whatever. But I saw something the other day that was like, Jimmy Carter is like, he wants to keep living because he wants to vote for Kamala. Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think he gave that quote to anyone,
I don't think
because
he's speaking anymore.
in hospice.
Yeah.
He's in hospice, and you guys are running articles saying that he's trying to live so he could see the first female president.
Honestly, the fake political ones, those really upset me. Those really, really upset me. The misquoting or the reimagining what this quote could mean.
Yeah.
It's that stuff I absolutely hate, because I know too many people who eat it up and are like, well, did you see what she said?
And I fall victim to it now and then. Like,
Yeah.
it's impossible not to.
Yeah. And then that makes me be the absolute asshole. And I feel like does it suck because I'm always like you'll say like, "Hey, did you see this?" and it's crazy.
And then it's not real.
Well, every time I'm like, well, half the time it is real, but I'm always like, give me a second, and I
Yeah.
like read the full statement, or I watch the full statement.
Yeah.
Does it kind of suck that I don't go along? I feel like
No, because I need to know what's real and what's not.
I feel like a buzzkill though.
But every now and then you don't believe that something's real when it is real.
Yeah.
You have the other end
But
of
I
it.
always check,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, you're right, that is. I can't believe that.
Yeah. Do you want to hear what the hot goss is in the celebrity world
I
right
would
now?
love to hear what the hot gossip in celebrity was.
I want to just fill you in on this.
Please.
So you know Miss Sabrina Carpenter, right?
Kinda.
So she just came out with an album. She's
Teenage
been,
Witch.
What?
What did she? No, she didn't play the Teenage Witch. That's
No, not
that was called Sabrina.
No, Sabrina Carpenter. She
Mm-hmm.
sings like that song Espresso. She opened for Taylor Swift. She was the other girl in the.
I don't know the song Espresso.
Yes, you do.
I
It's
probably
been
recognize it.
everywhere.
I probably recognize it. Go on.
She's the other girl in the Olivia Rodrigo feud.
Oh yeah. Where they were dating the gay guy.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
in similar news,
Okay.
do you know who else she dated?
Let me guess.
Think of another.
Gay man.
Yes, who's apparently straight.
Uh,
Positive connotation. I never want to actually like.
I'll out him.
I don't.
I'm gonna out everyone. Who's the guy who's on Glee and he always plays? He's like,
Oh no, not Darren Criss.
not Darren Criss, because he's straight, right?
He is straight,
Yeah.
but he always plays gay.
He puts
And
on like gay face.
gay and Asian.
Yeah, and he's like,
Because he's like a 16th Asian. They're always like, he's Filipino in the show. I'm like, is this allowed?
I don't think it's allowed. I'm always like, okay.
Shawn Mendes,
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
so-
she dated him,
who, yes, okay, so.
and he's
she-
not out.
He's not gay.
He's not gay.
He's not gay. He's said he's not gay. Like it's been.
Oh, because
so-
you know what? No gay man has ever said. This is actually. This is a fun fact. No gay man has ever said, "I'm straight." It's never happened. Go on.
I have other information that can confirm or deny or elaborate on that I
Mm-hmm.
won't say on the air. Okay, so Shawn Mendes famously has dated on and off for a long time. Camila Cabello, which you
Yes,
know.
I know her. Havana Onana.
Yes,
Yeah, I know that
look
one.
at
That's a
your-
jam.
It is a jam.
Yeah.
So they were on and off for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were off. While they were off, Shawn Mendes and Sabrina Carpenter kind of were seeing each other a little bit.
Yeah.
They were seen like paparazzi'd, and then he denied like dating her. It was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then last year, Coachella,
Mm-hmm.
2023, April,
It happened.
Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello back together.
Yeah.
They're smooching. They're
Okay.
smooching at Coachella. They're
Yeah.
like, okay, they're back together. And then they're like, it was a one-time thing. So that whole thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Camila Cabello released an album a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
She has a song called June Gloom.
Mm.
Let me pull up the. So anyway, so Camila Cabello releases this song, and it's about Sabrina Carpenter,
Mm-hmm.
and she says like, if she's so amazing, why are you on this side of town? If you like her so much, what are you here trying to find out? Like basically
Mm-hmm.
being like, oh, like you're with her, but like you're coming back to me every time.
Yeah.
So she releases a song about her, and so everyone's like, ooh, right?
Yeah.
So Sabrina Carpenter just released an album.
Her response.
Her response.
Yeah.
She writes like 3 songs about the situation.
Yeah.
She has like.
Continue. Sorry. If you're watching the YouTube, I have a dog literally. I have one on my lap and one really trying to lick my nose. Go on.
Yeah. So Sabrina Carpenter releases a song with like the lyrics that are like, I'll just read like one line where she's like, damn it, she kind of looks like the girl you outgrew. At least that's what you said, like sort of thing. Like that's what Shawn Mendes said. And
Yeah.
so that was the thing. And she released like several songs or whatever. But basically the bigger song that's come out has been like Taste, being like,
Yeah.
sure, like you guys got back together, but every time you're kissing him, you're going to taste me.
Yeah.
Like sort of thing.
Okay.
And in that music video, Sabrina Carpenter got Jenny Ortega, which you know, she
Yeah.
plays Wednesday.
We
She
got-
was in You.
We got all of the similar height Latinas
yes.
of similar age. Rodrigo,
Yes.
Ortega,
Yeah.
Cabello.
Actually, Olivia Rodrigo is Filipino.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Isn't that fun?
That's kind of the Spanish of the Asia.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I used to have, that's one of the things I love. I don't even know if this is inappropriate or not, but
I don't think so. 'Cause-
clearly, so it was a Spanish colony,
yeah.
like Mexico.
Yeah.
And So it's like, yeah, you're Asian, but your name's like, I had a friend who was like, no, I'm Asian. I was like, your name's Enrique.
Yeah.
And you look at least like 50% Mexican, maybe some Chilean or something, but
Yeah.
like, okay, so
Yeah.
she's Asian. Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. But anyways.
Those famous Asian Rodrigos. You know?
The music video is Jenny Ortega, who is kind of the Camila Cabello look. It's like she's got
Yeah.
the bangs, she's got the hair,
Yeah.
like the whole thing. The whole music video is basically these two girls trying to like kill each other. And the way they dressed Jenny Ortega was to like mimic Camila Cabello's like outfits.
Yeah. Ooh.
So it's like a jab at her. But the music video ends with them killing the boyfriend and them kissing. Lesbians.
Okay. That's a dark end. That's a dark end. I'm not talking about the murder. I'm talking about the whole gay thing.
Whole gay
It's
thing.
very dark.
Yeah.
Do we want to be that? No, that's that seems a little killing you know what though? Girl power, I guess. You know?
But basically I just was like, that's the catch up. I just think it's funny that this has now happened to Sabrina Carpenter twice, where she's been in a love triangle with a maybe gay man.
So I mean,
Maybe she's a type.
this is again me being okay, this is me. Tell me, I won't say it. I can be the Debbie Downer of what I think's really going on.
Do you think it's PR?
I know it's PR.
I don't think it is.
Sweetie,
It's a really
let me
long
give you
con.
my evidence. Let me give you my evidence. A long con.
It's a really long con.
Let me give you my evidence.
Also,
Sabrina
looks like Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes are back on.
Oh, so they're you know what? He's probably got a new album coming out, and the studios were like, we can get them in the magazines.
I don't know. He also looks like he turned to God recently, which is an interesting thing.
No gay man ever does that.
So did the other guy.
Yeah, because no gay man ever does that, sweetie. You're describing a very common path, a sad path, but a
sad
very
path.
common path for in the closet gay men.
I know.
Okay, I remember hearing I remember listening to Olivia Rodrigo's song "Driver's License" and
Yeah.
being like, okay, this is a banger, and
It's
it's
a banger.
deep, and she's good, and I love it. I was listening to it, and I was like, tell me the story of this song, and you explained to me. I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. And then like 6 months later, everyone's like, oh, by the way, he's gay, and I was like, oh, okay. So the whole thing's bullshit because sweetie.
I don't know.
So here's the story of the song.
I think you'd be
Here-
surprised.
Here's the story of the song. They're all on the same show. We're all on Nickelodeon or Disney. Which one?
They were on Disney, yeah.
They're all on Disney shows. You are aware when the 18-year-old or 19-year-old actor on the show. I think everybody in entertainment is aware of who's gay and who's not.
I'm a victim to being duped by a gay man.
When and who?
Just a guy when I was like 18, 19. Like it happens.
Okay. Well,
It happens to a lot of people, and it's honestly it's a lot of they haven't figured it out yet. Don't feel comfortable coming out. There's a lot of reasons for it to happen.
I think that these agents, these managers, these studios, they know that one thing that really fucking sells is when the stars that we're trying to make bigger stars date each other.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the juice.
Yeah.
That's what sells, not really magazines anymore, but that's what gets clicks. That, you know, any drama, it gets clicks. So what do you know? We got these 3 up and coming stars. Sabrina Carpenter, gay guy. I don't know his name. What's his name? I can keep-
Joshua Bassett.
Jay Bass. Sabrina Carpenter, Jay Bass, and Olivia Rodrigo. You know what could really launch them? Olivia's got this great song. And maybe he's been dating Sabrina Carpenter, but he's kind of like been leading her on. And so now there's this sort of, you know, rivalry between Sabrina and Olivia Rodrigo. You have to admit, it really helped their careers.
Oh no, definitely. I think the PR thing isn't actually the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the people who are publicizing the situation. I think the situations happen naturally,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they're like, let's.
I think that
Make
it's
this a thing.
all the same. And I don't know, but I assume that, okay, so all of this really worked. And my God, that's the gold example of how we can get these 3 people, even though the guy kind of dropped off, I guess. I've never heard of him before. Well, he's now going to he's converting or something to straightdom. But you'd be kind of an idiot not to be like, hey, why don't we just run it back?
Yeah.
Like, this worked out so well before.
Yeah.
Because it worked out great for Sabrina Carpenter. You had the haters at first, but not really.
Yeah.
not really. It wasn't her fault. If anything, he's the one who's getting hate.
Yeah.
And well, of course, like he's the one who's kind of, leading her on or two-timing or cheating or whatever.
Yeah.
Wasn't she like 4 years younger and like 15 at the time too or something?
I think so.
Yeah. Well,
She's got a driver's license.
she's, yeah, exactly. She just got a driver's license and she's driving by the kid's house.
But also,
He has a house.
man, nothing is more dramatic and emotional than being like 16 and a girl.
Oh yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
It is. I will never be as sad as and like feel like the world was falling apart more than when I was a teenager.
The highs and lows.
Oh my God, the highs and lows.
You really think this is it?
I had enemies. Like it was,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, oh my God, why was it like, relax?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Why was I so upset at that person?
Why was he so upset? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I just think, I'm like, it's kind of funny it happened twice.
Anyway, I just find it funny that twice Sabrina Carpenter has been with the it's funny, Camila Cabello and Olivia Rodrigo, I know one of them is Asian, have, they're kind of similar types. They're both singers who did something before. They were, solo acts. There's this sort of love triangle with a thought to be homosexual man who's not that there's anything wrong with them. And then I guess the real big part of it is they just happen to be writing these songs about it. And those songs
They're artists.
get a lot of money and get, or become very popular and, sell tickets. And so
It's the game.
it's a game. In a weird way, it seems like a really good business decision.
You are no fun.
I know. That's why I said, do you want me to do it or not?
I think the situations are real. I just think the PR is them publicizing it.
Yeah. No, they kind of spice it up. PR.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
I hope this is real.
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
know.
do you know what else no one ever talks about?
What?
Camila Cabello had to go to like therapy for being racist.
I love it. That's kind of what, I don't want anybody to be racist. I kind of like when the stars have flaws. You know what I mean? Like there's something.
I'm very pro. I think people can grow and change. So
Yeah.
I'm always rooting for that.
I
But
actually like when they grow and change.
yeah. But I just think it's really interesting. It's like, yeah, nobody talks about that.
Yeah, it's not good. But again, weirdly, it's like I do, and this is a bad example, but it's like I kind of like when it's like, oh yeah, this 50-year-old actor, yeah, he went to rehab and he got a DUI in the 70s. And
Yeah.
like, that makes him more interesting to me. He's more real to me. I like.
Who was the Playboy interview you told me about? That was like,
So Playboy used to have, and the joke is like, I read it for the articles, but they actually used to have like the best articles.
yeah, they had great interviews.
Because basically they could hire a lot of these freelance reporters who were like, hey, I get to write the story that no other magazine will publish.
Yeah.
The real juice. And then also they get these great interviews where people are like, who the fuck's going to read this Playboy interview? Don't they know there are tits in this magazine? Tastefully tits. But whatever, I'll just tell you whatever I want. Clint Eastwood, the one line I remember was him being like, they're talking about like, do you think you'll ever win an Oscar? He was like, nah, I'm not Jewish. And it's just like, he basically said a bunch of stuff. I was like, well, it's run by the Jews. And it was like,
No, I was thinking about the other one. I was like, someone was like, sometimes you just have to smack some sense into her.
okay, I don't want to. Oh, fuck. Sean Connery.
Okay.
It was Sean Connery, another Playboy interview, and basically him being like, listen, I'm not saying I like it, but every now and then if a woman becomes hysterical, gets out of line, it's actually the right thing to do to, smack some sense back into him. And it's like, he said that, they printed it, he stood by it.
Yeah.
Different time. A different time. That's James Bond, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so funny. Yeah, that was my pop culture. Fill you in for the week.
I love it. So that's what's going on in your world and in my world. To next week, the NFL season
Got some
starts.
football.
Yeah.
Huh.
I kind of like this. I'm going to explain. I'm going to be like, hey, here's what's happening in my world.
We'll give each other the scoops.
Give me the scoop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe another quiz.
Also, I was like, oh, I feel so good right now because I'm having a little drinky drink. I also realized yesterday, I was just like, no more sweet treats for me. I can have my coffee in the morning and like, that's all I've been doing. And I'm having a little sugar in this drink and I'm like, I feel good. I've been like tweaking all day and
Without
all
the
yesterday without sugar. It's kind of crazy.
There are like studies that are like, it's more addictive than nicotine.
I believe it because
Which as someone who's addicted to nicotine, no. But still, the fact that it's even discussed. Yeah.
No, I don't know. So
Yeah.
Sugar's crazy. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
That's how we're in this. Sugar's crazy.
Sugar's so crazy.
It really is. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right.
All right.
Get out of the pool. Towel off.
All right. No, the usual. I'm gonna say, hey, please subscribe
Yes.
to the YouTube channel and
Yes.
the Spotify, wherever you're listening. We have a very small little channel right now. Please subscribe. It helps us a ton.
It's a little. We like to think that's like a boutique channel.
It's a boutique channel.
You know, like when you're in like a random town and somebody's like, "Let's go shopping." God, I hate that. But they're like, "Yeah, let's go shopping." And you go to that one street where they're the shops. We're like one of those shops where you're like,
Yeah.
How does this place stay in business?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So please subscribe so we can stay in business.
I think her husband's very wealthy and they're taking a loss. It gives her something to do.
Yeah.
You know, now that the kids are out of the house.
Now the kids are-
She created a boutique.
Yeah.
Her friends go there a lot. Sometimes they buy stuff.
Yeah.
As a courtesy. That's a real world. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.